All right, I'm Eric Rogers. I am publishing producer for Stell Games. We're taking a look at Black Gold right now. It's one of our new flagship MMOs. Right now, Black Gold is pretty much a battle between Steam and fantasy. Magic versus technology, so to speak. We have two major lands, 6 factions, 18 subclasses. The gist of the game is a PvP battle for the war called Black Gold. Most of Black Gold is situated in the middle of the map. Most of the map is controllable by the different factions. It's a lot of land management and strategy going on with that, both sides. There's pretty unique classes in the game, ranging from your standard warrior to shapeshifters and vampires. But the gist of the game is a PvP battle at its finest.
The orientation is to lead them into PvP right off the...
Yeah, it gates you towards PvP in the end, because most of the factions, we start on the two different sides. All the mountains, the mountain ranges are what are constructed of all Black Gold, and this is the areas where the two factions meet in the middle to get the Black Gold. The gist of it actually is you want to build your factories. You have factories that you can build, right? That the ore, mine the ore. But then the factions themselves have to be manned by actual players.
And are those PvP contested?
All contested, yeah, all contested areas, and that's how the clash goes.
And are those, is that also kind of like a guild or a clan?
Yeah, lots of guild
or player.
It's mostly guild versus guild, and when you get to the larger battles, you have lots of vehicle combat.
What kind of vehicles?
Steam vehicles, or you have the summon pets, or you can create your own spells, or kind of customize your own.
And there's combat from the vehicle?
Combat from the vehicles as well, yes. We have about just under 100 different vehicles that are, a lot of them are customizable. You can build them.
And you can equip various types of weapons and AoE and
yes, yeah. It has PvP battlefields for the weapons, for the vehicles only, and then mix them up as well.
And as part of the individual and a guild or a clan, will there be a ranking system for either or both?
Yes, it's 3 of them. There's with weapons, with vehicles, without vehicles, and both at the same time. So it's 3 different times. We have, right now we're planning on 5 different battlefield types. Just for various different gameplay features. Right now we're looking at the Kosh fantasy land, where the group from the fantasy world, they're called the Kosh.
Okay.
So of course, you start on the fantasy side here, the lush, beautiful jungle areas, but you start on the Steam side, you start like a post-apocalyptic, run-down towns of steam, gears, lots of heavy machinery, really drab looking. So but then ultimately, as you traverse through the world, you have lots of different locales that we have. It's actually one of the most varied lands I've seen in one of our games personally. As you travel through, you get of course you get the ice, you get Egyptian type settings, you get post-apocalyptic towns. Right. But it all melds together very well.
It's kind of Aztec, South American.
Yeah, because when the 2 different sides, we had to really beef up both sides. It's if this is really Steam, we have to go all Steam with buildings and all very technological looking things, down to the armor.
How long has this been in development?
This has been in development for about 4 years now, in our parent company in Thailand. So our main focus right now is to make this more of a Western feel game, as opposed to our previous title, Evolution, which was centralized in a Chinese theme. This is more this is going to be more of our Western baby, so to speak.
And how is the leveling process?
The leveling process is standard grinding on this one. Okay. We're going to go with the no class, no thing, but it seemed to work out a little better with balancing of the characters, with having the standard preset classes on this one.
Right.
Because we're just running into a lot of various balancing issues, especially with the vampire class. It was overpowered. There's a lot of OP was going on, so we had to go back and scale back and decided to go
with an undead
yeah.
class is the fantasy of it meets the reality of playing. And so most of your leveling is done in the PvP.
We have PvE and PvP as well.
Which would you say is the better path for? I mean,
At first it'll be PvE, but after a while you'll definitely want to focus mainly on PvP because that's where all the good you get all the good weapons, all the good drops.
And the level cap?
Right now the cap is 40, but that could be adjusted as we're going. Like right now we leave it at 40 for just testing purposes, balancing purposes, make sure everything is good to go. They will probably pick it up.
Is dodging active?
Active dodging. There's no hard set targeting, so all the combat is pretty much real time. You have to actually target your characters. If you're not facing them, you won't hit them, type of deal.
Okay. And is dodging, is that a full, like a block or a miss, or is it a damage mitigation?
Yeah, it's a miss. It's a definite dodge. Yeah. Real time dodging. Get this character quite as far as I thought it was going to be.
And for your UI, so we have a lot of players that are going to multi-monitor setups.
Right. Oh yeah.
So
this the Flexi engine actually does use the iFinity and the surround sound from ATI. I personally have I use the ATI at home, so
right.
so we got it.
Will there be any? Is the UI locked, or will it be movable?
It's adjustable. It's all built in Lua, so
okay.
it's all adjustable. It's something we've learned from our previous titles.
So at release, you'll have movable UI.
We'll have movable UI. Yes. I'm the only person that has it. So I was pushing for triple monitors.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that feature.
Leading edge technology. I think it's beautiful, and especially for an MMO. You got to have. You want your map open.
Right.
You want your gear open. You want the chat window extra big, and plus you want to see everything. You don't want it all on one screen. So like that's the real. I guess for me personally, triple screen for MMOs. It's like the way to go.
Can you get into some combat here?
Yeah, I get a little combat. Run around. Unless we got guys over here.
Find somebody else logged in.
To see if somebody was to where they were supposed to be, because I would pick the one. He's all geared up.
Finding somebody to fight or somebody to pick on, or. So how do you do matching? So in the world, how does level equate? If I'm a new guy and I go into that new area,
it's gating. There's a new novice level areas 1 through 15. Then there's another area, so 15 through 30.
So a level 80 character isn't going to come into the beginning area.
They're not really. They can't come in after you leave the novice areas. You won't be able to actually go in. It's a quick cutscene. There's a couple little different sequences they have. They have like a few flying, shooting sequences, and like just little things to break up the monotony. Right. It's not the cooldown type of, our standard attack isn't cooldown. You can just let it go just like a standard melee attack.
And will they be allowing player written mods or add-ons with the Lua?
I'm not exactly sure at this time. Like, it's a fine line to thread with that. So
yeah, and certainly the players will use it and abuse it. So,
exactly.
So
they're thinking about it, but of course you always run the risk of damaging your own player base by allowing too much freedom.
And is a warrior class, or the different classes, are they set for the weapon choices?
The weapon choices are semi-set, depending. There's a cascade that you can choose from depending on what your class type that you pick. Of course, like hammers, staffs, swords. It's a free warrior class. But we also have firearms. Clearing out a little bit of fodder.
So click to path for
click the path for turning in. Yeah.
Okay.
That was my idea actually. I was like, I kind of like the click to go just because you do a lot of running around in MMO. Sometimes you want to eat while you multitask. So like putting the click in was kind of like it was a nod to everybody. It's like people don't mind being able to do that. I don't think.
And for long-range travel, is it vehicle players only, or is there another transportation mechanism?
There is a large transportation hub throughout the game. There's trolleys that actually traverse throughout the actual lands. There's also pilots that actually will fly you to the different various points once you unlock the different points, and that's when you can fly to the different ones.
And is that so? And that's flight time viewing.
Yeah, flight time, real time.
That's a great eating break. I love that.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, now I gotta go back to Joe Moore. I like the fantasy side just because of the look of it. Like, I like the various armors they have.
I think it's a nice. The knight here appears a nice take on the Aztec with the fantasy. You know, the spikes, but also it's got the kind of flowered feel, like a plumed warrior. You know, the Aztec sort of style to him a little bit. And he has a tail. Is that correct?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Spots are somewhat cat people.
How's the gear acquired? Is it straight loot drops?
Loot drops, you purchase it, and we also have a cash shop as well.
Okay. And what's the cash shop going to be? Is that going to be
mostly vanity items? We try to stay away from the pay for power type deals.
Leading into that,
like,
how do they feel overall about that?
I think personally, it gets you more legs in your game. When you actually have to work for your stuff, and you can't just drop the $20 and be done, and kind of like feel more attached to your character. When
I think our Western audiences have really stepped up time and time again and said that in the U.S. they don't want to pay per win.
Right.
In other countries it's certainly acceptable and it's part of it. So it's good to see that I'm bringing over that it'll still work with the conversion to the U.S. market. So.
Right now, like the Chinese market and the U.S. market completely separate. Now they're starting to understand that like American gamers want something different. It might not be the same exact thing that you want, although we do want a quality game. So now we're like balancing the effect of how do we actually monetize this in the right way to not to get the most bang for our buck and then still not harm the game.
And so you're going to have server-based, East-West, Central, and then those. Obviously, it's all PvP, so you're not going to have a PvP non.
No, they're all. You have a warning when you start the game. This is a PvP open world. You might be attacked at any time. But of course, you still have the novice starting areas where you won't just log onto the game and just start getting jammed in the face.
So we lose your player base.
Oh yeah, totally.
And the payment mechanism is going to be free to play and with this cash shop. Nice. Now you're a small creature.
We go ahead and get rid of that. You don't see me flying around like that. That's a feature.
It's a skill set of Ice Foot, right?
Yeah. Yes. So actually, just a bug when you first transform into that rabbit.
Transforming is often a dangerous area for lots of things to become buggy. Skills, abilities, items you're holding, all those things.
Plus, we're still really early in testing right now.
I like this. What is this, a saber-tooth bunny?
Yes, it's the baby bunny, saber-tooth. You actually can grow your pets too, and ultimately some of them can turn into mounts.
And are there pet classes that are using the external
There
fighting?
are the different types of, there's a battle pets, there's more buff pets, or there's more aesthetically pleasing pets that just kind of follow you around.
But I mean, are those actually used in combat?
Some of them are, yes. Some of the battle pets are used in combat.
All right. And will the pets and battle pets be store items?
Yes. Some of them are store items, some of them are just normal unlocks that you get through progression of the game.
Okay. So I see your player menu, like the character menu?
I'm actually the bunny right now.
Your small size, that's great. Some of them, when you transform it, has a really hard time with it, so. Clean layout.
Yeah, but we've learned a lot from our previous, let me tell you, because I also act as the localization manager as well, so doing a lot of the UI work and everything, just getting them to understand that our words are twice as big, and we don't like to have everything jammed together in the UI, but now, of course, you can see that it's starting to work out, it's getting a lot more cleaner, a lot more streamlined. So what's the starter, like a starter backpack, how many slots
console they have?
Oh, then you're looking at it right there.
there.
You're looking at
And
it
then
right
is
there.
the rest unlockable by level, purchase?
Unlockable by level or purchase. Actually, and you can find certain drops that you can expand your
Expand beyond the initials?
Yes.
Okay. So will you start with 4 initial bag slots?
Everything, yes, everything is empty. You get the first 2 rows and the 4, and that's
Right,
about it.
will there'll be 4 unlocked when you start?
Everything will be unlocked when you start, yeah. You just pop the initial inventory.
And for sorting, when you get quest items, when you pick up things that are to be used on something, do those sort into a different quest tab? Very nice.
Potions, materials. It's pretty, it's pretty straightforward. We just tried to keep it not getting garbled up, because once you have everything mixed up in one bag, it kind of makes it hard to utilize all your tools. We have lots of open world events, which are not active at this point.
What sort of rewards, what's going to bring the player to the PvP in the mountains other than resources to build things? What else are they going to get for taking their group and going into these larger fighting areas?
You really want the black gold, because that's how you get your factories to run. Everything runs on the black gold, from the magic spells themselves to the actual technology from the mounts and everything. Everything is powered by the black gold. So you're going to have a constant supply of black gold coming in, or all your facilities are going to shut down. You won't be able to progress unless you get more coming in. So you always want to be having some factories running, black gold coming in, so you can actually utilize it and make other tools with it, so you can keep progressing.
And so being able to be in your enemy's area and deny them black gold
is what you really want to cut off their supply to slow down their production of all their goods. So it's the balance of getting the black gold, bringing it back, making your stuff, getting back out there to stop the other team from getting the black gold as well. So it's a constant back and forth.
And when you're in PvP, is there any player loss? When I kill another player, do I get anything?
Depends on the mode. It all depends on the different.
Okay. And what are you offering for modes in that?
Right now we have like the battlefield type, which is one-on-one. Then we have the team base.
Right.
We have like a MODA type deal. And then they're still balancing out a couple more right now. They're still trying to figure out exactly what's the most fun. If you turn around real quickly, you can see somebody in one of our mechs. When you switch to the mechs, you get the first person mode. It's different viewpoints for the different. You have third person, first person. Switch sides now. Different mounts that we have.
And that's a player rideable mount, right?
Oh, on the wrong side.
Just kind of a quick run through it, and then
We've got the steam walkers, spider tanks.
Red is obviously
The opposition.
so this is
so each one comes with the skills, and then you said that's upgradable and
Yes. Certain ones are upgradable. Some of them you can make from scratch, kind of an Armored Core type deal.
so
this is a 7-day gift code for you.
I'll check.
Sir, a 7-day. When the game launches and goes beta, you'll be able to enter that, and you'll be able to play for 7 days.
Thank you. For individual players, can you make your mech or your
Certain classes,
Also?
certain classes.
I like that.
They have the
like
aesthetics.
personalization,
The
right?
aesthetics. They're working on the aesthetics right now. We're trying to make it so that you can have a good, unique feel so you can, when you come out on the battlefield, they go, oh, that's
Right.
I remember that from yesterday.
It certainly lends itself well to a non-pay-per-win cash shop. You have the
Yes,
options.
right, exactly. Yeah. I prefer the game vanity, is what I call it.
Yeah.
There actually is nobody supporting here.
Scare them away.
So it has the mortars and the machine guns.
And is that so? How do you run out of ammo again? Is there a point at which you would run out of ammo in a battle or anything?
Normally you would, but in this demo we have everything on max. So everything's on cooldown. Sure. just we're really thinking about Q1 2013 release.
And are you in beta currently or?
In China is closed beta. We haven't exactly fleshed out our plans for the American closed beta just yet, but expect some information right after. Take me out of this arena here, kind of slow in here today. But it's good. It wasn't running really.
Yeah.
We made magic happen. I'm on the wrong side. In the last few days, yeah, magic has occurred apparently.
Once the game is launched, have the team given some thought to balancing of sides? So if you come out in America and everybody's like, oh my god, this steampunk is the best.
Yeah.
And then everybody loads up on a server on one side.
There is an algorithm that they have for balancing the sides, but I'm not exactly sure how they're going to implement it at this time. We're going to have there's probably going to be some give and take.
Sure.
We'll just see how the servers populate and see what the
bonus possibility of maybe like bonuses to encourage a side.
It might be like that's what we did last time when one of our previous titles. What happened was they saw a character that had a gun and they thought that that character class had a gun. So everybody was picking this class and they ended up not using the gun, so they were really mad. But we had to give like login bonuses that we were giving to the other factions. Just the main city for the Steam side, for the Bouvants, the humans.
Power lines.
We have like huge floating cities.
Very kind of Romanesque.
See all the cities. You can barely see it back there. But this is a huge floating city. We'll have to look at some of the mounts and drive around. First mounts you get, of course, you can't attack with them. You kind of just stand and drive around.
Movement speed, but
movement speed, yeah. That's the gist of it.
So, what do you have for like guild clan management in games?
It revolves around the factories.
Right.
So once you own a piece of land, you can start building your factories on it. Now the factories themselves have to be manned and worked by actual players themselves as well. So the full factory, you have a factory owner, they have actual employees that actually work the factory. That's how you generate the black gold itself.
And how is that done? How does a player work?
Just different mini games that we have. Now you do get benefits and bonuses for being a factory worker because it doesn't sound very
right. That's what I'm saying. What's the draw? I'm telling 30 people. Yeah, I need you guys to come slave away.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but there are incentives for running the factory. Different booths, you get more black gold for you to utilize.
That's a good idea, and I can see in some guilds we have different player types even within a group of people.
Yeah.
So some may love the puzzle jump, the whatever mini games, and those would be a great utilization for that type of activity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is not on. Different teleporters.
Oh, is that a teleporter? Transformer love.
Not active. Oh, I see now why. I'm far away from where I'm supposed to be.
And when you go from each land to land, is that continuous or zone?
It's continuous. Yes. All the lands are connected. The hard part is getting across the mountain range itself. So all these are contested lands. Once you start getting further towards the middle, you're going to start getting more and more hostile lands. Stuck in the greenhouse. It's more so you can craft weapons, you can craft armor, you can craft different types of mounts. Now this on the Steam side is crafting, but on the Magic side is more magic spells, more custom magic spells. You can mix magic spells together to get a different effect. But the interface, which is not actually, they don't turn it off. We turned it off. But it's take one, you get it equals this. Take one, take two. But you have different recipes and formulas to follow.
And for endgame is where's going to be the most powerful, say, sword I'm going to get for PvP at endgame? Where am I
To be determined. To be determined. Like I said, we're at the balancing things right now, where they're still trying to figure out where the. Cause I kind of personally like OP things once you earn them, you know.
So in earning it via the number of conquests in PvP or a PvP, you have to. Now, is there any sort of instance dungeons?
There's instances in dungeons. There's open world events that happen as well. But yeah, there's about 20 different closed instance dungeons for
And
players.
what's the team
Team-based.
size? What's the team size? Six. And then is there any mechanism for raids or larger?
They're still working on. They're still figuring that stuff out. But all the raids and everything are going to play into the big PvP battlefield.
That's what I'm looking at is PvP for communication.
Yes.
When you have large groups or you can link squads and platoons, it's certainly for PvP players a great advantage in communication.
This is one of our train stations out, trolley tram stops. Ultimately, maybe every 5 to 10 minutes, the train will come through and actually goes through the entire world that it's linked to. And of course, there's different hubs that you have to get off one and get on the other to go all the way around. But this gives you a nice little view of the different areas. I don't know exactly where they're at in the storyline.
That'd be
Gotta
an
catch
instance
up.
or like an instance there.
Yes, I think this will be for one of the boss battles. See if it's active or not. I might have to take the actual task to get in there. Yeah, I don't know where the task is right now. I'm kind of just running around a little bit until I run into something. It's a pretty large world, though.
So if I was going to run across, how long would it take me to get across that continent?
Literally straight across, probably maybe an hour. Probably an hour. Which doesn't sound that fast, but seeing how you can't actually go in a straight line, it'll take you a very, very long time. It took us about a week to navigate around the mountain ranges and everything. I'm sure that, once we're still getting familiar with it ourselves too.
Or ancient Chinese and said I want to say the 1300s.
But as you travel, you can see that the different locations start to change, the weather starts to change, the look and everything, look and feel and everything starts to change.
Look at the weather. So what's your day-night weather cycle?
It's tied to the actual
This is a fantasy steampunk epic MMO.
It's not like a real time thing. It's like
It has your traditional fantasy MMOs, an elf-like character, and then your steam fantasy is very 1920-ish, but it's got effects going on.
I'm looking for the boss battle. I think I have to do a lot of figuring all this stuff out there to do it, though,
It's completely
unfortunately.
different. This is
They give you the producer hack and jump right in.
I know. Unfortunately, no.
arts. This is traditional fantasy rules. So you have knights, mages.
And I see that was labeled magic. So does it identify technology or magic?
Yeah, that's the one side. One side goes in the other side. The magic side is the side I can't go out of.
Human faction have battle decks that you can fight, whereas Elendar goes animal and stuff like that. So and then you have, of course, this normal person-to-person combat without using any vehicles. No, it's actual like
One of the guys to drive me over.
it's like actual faction
Sounds
for
like a foot or a wing. What's the icon there?
Yeah, it's a No, it's a Flint with the wing on it. He's one of the guys. He's one of the guys I was telling you that flies you around. He'll be one of the guys who will fly you around to different areas.
Like a SWAC, right back forward. That's it, combat. Left, right click. Left is your quick but inefficient.
Can you swing the camera around for your while he's flying?
Or heavy damage ability. So we have good, thank you.
I like the movement, the flex of the wings. Twitches when it's gliding.
They have a pretty decent animation system. It's still coming online right now because they're actually upgrading this engine as they're building this game because it's our proprietary engine that we built from scratch. So they're adding a bunch of nice little small widgets and little cool things with it. So we're flying over to a boss fight right now just to show you a little bit of variety on the coast. Hit the portal and go right back. Oh, God. I think we're supposed to sit on the coast. So we get another fly through. We'll make it pretty this time.
Watch those wires when he takes off. I think he just hurt the wire. And what do you control here in the? These are obviously red.
These are all NPCs. The map system actually still is coming online right now.
Okay.
You'll be able to zoom in and zoom out. You can pick your different points. You'll be able to label different. You'll be able to label. You can label it on this map. I can't click it right now because I changed my flight direction. And then it'll still pop up here for different points of interest and things of that nature.
Can you put player like a marker so that you can see when you're not right click?
Well, you can't put markers. Yeah.
I'm one of those
Like point
I
of interest,
I like being that pointer. I always have to go back to the map again to see which direction I'm running. You know, all those things.
Heavy and mounting.
The frame there is for bosses. Is that
This is like an open. This is kind of more like a mini boss.
Yeah.
Just out in the open world.
it's got a nice variety of attack animations.
Yeah, these are just some of the early novice skills too. They get really robust. That's kind of crazy. I prefer the gun skills. I just so happened to get on a character that wasn't a gun-based character. And these are, of course, this boss fight is supposed to be team-based boss fight.
Right.
Not really supposed to be solo, though. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to beat this guy over.
No, it's good to just see the animation he goes through and the skill sets.
Little particle effects, frame rate. I've actually upped the frame rate a lot since the last time I looked at it a couple weeks ago. It was almost unplayable in some of the areas.
And will there be any, from when you're in larger player battles, will there be any sort of culling or
Battlefield itself.
if I'm in open world, people are all in that area?
All up in that area. When we run, the battlefields themselves are actually closed, like 16 by 16, 24 by 24. Can't start until the actual, until both sides are in and everything queued up. That's just standard stuff.
How to get in the back? These are your yellow guards. Get into the cube.
Yeah, it's going to take you forever.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you believe in the earth is pure. World Peace type stuff. I'm trying to get you into this before this guy kills you.
And what about death penalties?
Now you can
Right now, it's just you just go back to your base right now.
Is there any equipment repair?
There's a quick repair. The durability goes down every hit. It seems like it's going to be pretty interesting if you're into fantasy. I think the aesthetics of the world are going to be interesting. The clash between the steam and the fantasy. Can't drop my light pillar on them like I like.
And what's is that just like a buffer effect, the yellow?
Yeah, it just shows that. Yeah, it shows that I have a buff going. Watch the road.
It's got target activated. So you'll have like an assist function with target.
Yeah, you already have, yeah. You also have some of the muse queue up and I'm ready to go and just have like a marker sitting on the, I'm about to die. Have a marker sitting on when it's ready to go, you just fire it off. Should just try to rail on him before. Here he goes. We still haven't gotten our first real localization pass in this year. Let go.
Very nice.
Take a little spin on it.
Nice targeting on mouse over. Shielding. Fairly smoothly. Strafing is nice. Locked into a first-person view in the Steam.
Ah, looks like they found me.
Somebody hiding on AR. the gun. That was you, huh? So once you're off the mount in the yes,
Yeah,
that's what can happen to you when you're off
You have
the
to go
mount.
run to another one.
I know. So for both Steam and Magic, you're in first person anytime you're in a vehicle in the arena.
The bigger ones, yeah, the bigger vehicles, yes. Smaller ones, you still have the third person view.
Did I anger a PvE guy over there? I noticed I went into the cove and then he followed me back out. That Wind Queen, or no, that's, yeah, exclusive merchant. Oh yeah, he's the one that was beating on me.
Oh,
Apparently
so
I
somehow
angered-
the merchant got
I aggroed the merchant when I went into the Nook there, so he's following me around. He didn't like me in his area. Yeah, he's still chasing me. I made him mad. So there's something you can go back and look at. People can kite your merchants out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like the different HUD on that one.
This is a Magic Beast.
Right.
Nice runes and things.
I like the look, the effect when you were coming after me. One of the others was, you know, kind of a sonic wave of there's a lot of different particle effects I see. It's not just like one or two that I see. And
It kind of would affect kind of crazy after a while. There's some of the advanced stuff just. I like eye candy though.
now, and I'm assuming that particle effects will be controllable for levels and graphic settings.
Yeah, graphic settings and standard stuff.
Right.
Different lighting settings and everything.
Okay, are you a stamp holder?
All right, Eric, thank you very much for all your time and for